Mixing your propagation soil is really one of the most important things. So I always like to start with aged ground pine bark, which you can buy at Home Depot, as I did today, and it's sold as soil conditioner. Remember, this is the white and orange bag. There's nothing else that looks like it. So I'm gonna mix 1 whole bag of soil conditioner with about equal parts soil cube, and then that's going to be what I fill my trays to stick the cuttings from today in.
So this is really the only soil product that they sell at Home Depot that I like, but it's a really important ingredient for sticking cuttings because you need for it to be a really well-drained media, and soil conditioner is basically just ground and aged pine bark. So you can add this to the soil cube and it'll add the necessary drainage.
This looks to me like the perfect potting mix, and I am so excited to get these cuttings stuck. This is 50% soil cube, 50% pine bark. An important consideration when propagating from cuttings is your tray. I love these deep cells from Root Maker. They really allow all the water to flush through and none of the plants rot. So I've just removed the cuttings from this morning from the refrigerator, and that's a great trick. Today was really hot, it was triple digits, so if you're getting cuttings and they're looking even remotely stressed, stash them in the refrigerator for a few hours and they'll freshen up. Rooting hormone is an important part of propagating. There's no way around it. You can often propagate things like coleus or begonias without it, but to root some of the woody stuff that we gathered today from the Arboretum, an IBA formula, a powder form, is definitely going to be required. So everything that I stick tonight is going to get a quick dip in this powder before it goes into the tray and then ultimately lands into the mist chamber underneath. The first thing that I'm going to stick today is the eucomis, or the pineapple lily, and these are actually leaf cuttings, so they're really unique. One of the things that's a great trick is that you cut it on an angle. That way you'll know which way needs to be oriented down. So as I stick these through, that's how I'm going to cut up and down the entire leaf. So I'm making a fresh cut, and then I'm just working my way up the leaf. And I don't really need to propagate a ton of these. I actually already have hundreds. So I'm just doing these in a smaller tray, and eucomis doesn't actually have to go under mist. So these might actually root faster than some of the other plants I got today. So it's better to have these in a separate container, and then I can pull them out of the mist when they're ready. You have to be strategic. So the number one question that people have inquired about today is the Edgeworthia and how to propagate it. So I'm just going to take this moment to show you exactly how I propagate Edgeworthia. So you can see there's different sizes and coloration of the bark. And you know, this is old wood, this is the spring flush. And so what I want to stick is going to be right on the edge of that older wood and the new wood from this spring. And you can see the natural habit is to split in threes, so every piece that I got is actually going to give me 3 cuttings. Now, as far as foliage goes, what you want to do is remove these largest leaves from the bottom, and you're really best to leave the other ones intact fully. Sometimes you'll cut them in half. Sometimes people will cut their leaves in half, but that actually will enable the plant to slow down in its ability to put out roots. So you're best to leave just the top leaves in whole, and all you do is dip this in the hormone and then stick it in the center of your cell and just press lightly with your fingers. You don't want to mash the soil down because you want it to drain, but you want to make sure that the cutting is in snug in contact with the soil. all the cuttings from the Ralston Arboretum are stuck. They are set to rest in the mist chamber, and now I'll just keep an eye on them every couple of days, make sure they're not drying out. With most of these trees and shrubs, I expect at least 6 to 8 weeks before they'll initiate roots, so you'll have to stay tuned this fall.